Let's take a look back at Paperboy 2. It's one of the older Super Nintendo titles and was released in 1991 by Tengen, which is actually just Atari making games on Nintendo. It's a direct sequel to the arcade game Paperboy. The game is about being able to deliver papers for an entire week without losing all of your lives. Sounds easy, right? Well, it's anything but easy. You start off with 5 lives, which is not enough for every day of the week. That means you can't die more than once per day, and on 2 other days you can't die at all if you were to make it till Sunday. That's really hard to do because you'll die from hitting anything and everything. One of the problems is that you can't stop your bike from moving, and moving in directions feels stiff, so a lot of the times you lose a life because you run into something and you can't stop the bike at all. Like these people with the couches, if you come across one of these, you might as well just run into them. Trying to avoid them is near impossible because they move to intersect you. You always have to watch where you're going, especially on the second block. If you stay in the street, you'll get hit by cars, but if you stay on the sidewalk, you'll get hit by a baby in the stroller. There's constantly always things out to get you. Let's see, you have a green hand coming out of the sewer, dogs, ghosts, pretty much anything in the game can come to get you. Luckily though, you can use your papers to stop most of them, but watch your paper count at the top. After all, you still need to deliver your papers. You can always pick up these bundles of papers which gives you more papers, but it's always more than what you need, which is kinda weird. Sometimes you ride by the gas station or the market and see a robber. You can throw a paper at him, knocking him down. Doing this actually gives you more points and maybe mention you in tomorrow's paper. So along your route, if you happen to miss a house or the paper doesn't land exactly on the porch, it doesn't count. They will go to the extreme and cancel their subscription, but it doesn't stop there. They will go as far as to paint their house a different color and even remove the mailbox. I mean, who does that? It's like if you can't deliver the paper on our porch or the mailbox, then we don't want the paper or 80 mail for that matter. When you get to the end of the route, you can try to get more points by throwing papers at the bullseyes and targets, but the points don't really matter anyway. The levels don't progress at all. In the beginning, you could choose what route you want to take, but it makes little difference because the levels are virtually identical. They basically always have the same enemies, same houses, etc., etc. You can also play as the Paper Girl, but that makes no difference at all. It's still as difficult as if you were playing the Paperboy instead. And what's the deal with these ramps in people's yards? I mean, nobody has these, especially not an older couple.
Hey, back in my day, we used to have ramps all the time, and everywhere. I walked 45 miles to get to a ramp one time.
So in conclusion, the game isn't terribly bad, but it'll get old really quick. You'll be doing the same repetitive task over and over and over and over
and over and over and over and over and over and over and over and over and over and over and over and over and over